That's live. That's live. Oh, is it live? Yeah, it's live. I see two of me. That's two of him. That's two Daniels. That's too many. That's far too many Daniels. Wow, it's been a while since I streamed, but that's okay. I'm here and I'm alive and I didn't go away and I have been working on things, so I have things to show you. Wow, welcome everybody to another live stream. Cheers to the green on my mug, which is being chroma keyed out. Welcome, if you can't see it past my large head, welcome to Skyrealm Descent, which last time you heard about this project, it was called Project Plum. It is now available. In fact, I forgot. I wanted to link it wanted to go ahead and link it in the description because it is available on CurseForge and soon on Modrinth. We can do it on Modrinth. We just haven't done it yet. It's because it's still not fully publicly available. Welcome, Topcode. Hello there. You've been subscribed for 19 months. Topcode, that's fantastic. Well, I'm sorry that I've been a little absent recently, but you know, life and everything. But we're back, and I haven't been not doing things. I've just been doing other things. Let's see. I gotta get into the description here. I'm gonna put the link to the CurseForge page, or if you have the CurseForge launcher on your computer, simply go to the Discover page, and we are the #1 Modpack right now. We are featured at the top under Hidden Gems. It is the very first Modpack you'll see if you go to CurseForge. So download Skyrealm Descent here. And then I put the link, and then we're good. And that's how we do it. Hey, there you go. There you go, and thank you, Admin, for doing it in the Twitch chat. My headphones are falling apart, but we push on, despite that. This part right here, this is green foam that's coming out of my headphones. So welcome to Skyrealm Descent. This is a mod pack that I've been working on over at my position at Starfish Studios, and this is a project that we have published. It is currently in beta, so what that means is that the current version of the project is not ready for, you know, it's not done. It's called, we're releasing it basically in chapters or phases. So this is chapter 1, the sky. There are 4 dimensions, 4 chapters. Each dimension will be rolled out over the next coming months. Later this month, we're going to be releasing the overworld, which we have some portions of the overworld here ready to explore and engage with. And so we are going to be jumping in without much further ado because I want to show you everything that we have to offer in here. In fact, let me turn my volume up a little bit when we get in here. But we'll go ahead and create a new world. We're just going to go straight survival because I don't need to do any testing or anything. I have been testing recently, but I don't need to do any testing for those purposes. It's because they're Steel Series? Hell yeah. These are a gift from Faye. They don't work anymore. Well, they do work, but I've mistreated them, or I've loved them well, but they didn't last me more than, I don't know, it's been 3 years since I've had these headphones. I don't know, something like that. Welcome to Skyrealm. Let me go ahead and turn the volume up, turn the music down. That should be good for the volume, I think. What happens if I bring it up to 100%? I'm gonna bring it to 75%. Why does it? Is that loud? That's loud. Why is it not loud for me? Hold on. Oh, it's in. Okay, so I had the audio jack was not fully in my ear yet. So that's actually, that's much better. That's a much better hitting sound. If the audio jack was not fully put in, so I was hearing it as if it was very far behind me. Welcome to Skyrealm Descent. You spawn into these brand new worlds. This is the Skyrealm. You spawn into this brand new world with what is known as a Totem of Unfalling, and what is known as a quest book. And this quest book is basically just a shortcut and a physical way to let the player know that they need to be utilizing the advancement window right here. So this is just the standard vanilla advancement window with custom advancements in it. It's not using any sort of outsourced like FTB quests or any of those quest book mods like Patchouli. It's just vanilla advancements. We wanted to keep it kind of straightforward. And each of these there'll be 4 chapters eventually, one for each dimension, and kind of these branching paths that you'll go down with the main progression that I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. But there's 5 biomes in the sky right now. I think there's eventually going to be more. Probably would max out at like 7 or 8. There's really not going to be a lot, but I just feel like 5. 4 was originally how many we had, but it just felt way too samey, and I think it still feels a bit samey, but I don't really want to overcrowd the Skyrealm with biomes. But the first thing you'll do when you get in is you have a couple of different quests you can take on immediately, but your main quest, your central quest, is always going to run down the middle here, starting with a fine stick. Combine 2 sticks vertically to get a big stick. And that is the replacement for, I think this was a suggestion actually from the Project Plum stream. We were kind of coming up with things, figuring out how to fix the wood tool set situation. I didn't really want to have wood tools in it. And this was kind of the compromise, was to have a separate stick item that kind of acts as a paxel for hitting and mining and breaking wood. And it's a very cheap recipe, but it's something you can make in a pinch if you do get stuck in a mine shaft somewhere, or if you find yourself, you know, high up in a tree and your axe breaks. You can just make this. As long as you got 2 sticks in your inventory, you are good. And I think that I think it works pretty well. I think people grasp it. I've been watching some live streams. Basically, I've been watching some people play the pack, and bottom line, if you've played Skyrealm Descent in the last few weeks, I have seen your playthrough of it, guaranteed. I think there's only like a handful of them. If you've touched this game, I've seen the content you've made for it. So there've been some funny live streams. There've been some funny playthroughs. There've been some just funny experiences all around. But I've been getting some insight into like what's well communicated, what's not, what's working, what isn't. You know, obviously someone will stumble across something that's not finished, and there's nothing I can do about that. It's not been taken out yet. Welcome, Sleepy. How are you? But this is Skyrealm. There are these urns that we've put in from supplementaries, and hey, the slimes seem to be working better now. I don't really know how we're gonna fully engage with slimes yet. Right now, slimes and sweats are the only 2 villains, or I guess hostile mobs in the Skyrealm. And I'd kind of like it to be a consistent type of animal. Like right now, the sweats and the slimes behave pretty differently. And we're trying to figure out if mainly I'm trying to figure out if I want slime type of mechanic where they break up, or do I want the sweat mechanic where they kind of the sweats will like dissolve in water, but they also we changed it. They don't pick you up and throw you around anymore like they do in vanilla, and I guess not vanilla, but base game Aether. They now just attack you normally, but they don't break into smaller versions of themselves, and they still do dissolve in water. But yeah, I keep spawning. I see a lot of people spawning in this biome, and I think it's just because it's more frequent. But I may add a predicate or something to the spawn rule, that because this is a fine biome to start in, but it would be nice if we could have it start you in a different biome, because this one has fewer resources, so this is a harder sort of spawn than I think I want most players experiencing. I think the Cherry Grove or the Meadow is a far better spawn area for players. You have Borger. I've not played the pack yet. Well, now is a perfect time to do so, because it just got an update today. We updated to 1.0.4 beta. Beta 2 will come in a few weeks, but we have a lot of work to do in between now and then to get the overworld finished, which overworld's come a long way in the last week. I've done a lot of new things to it. They overhauled all the generation. Hey, we got tomato seeds too. And so now, after you get your big stick, theoretically you need to move into getting stone tools, which is pretty much the same as vanilla Minecraft. So we better go ahead and do that. That's not a great time to do so because Borger. What dimension are you in? I am in the Skyrealm, part of the Skyrealm Descent mod pack, which we are currently doing. You're currently witnessing a dev playthrough of it, a dev playtest. I'm the lead developer on this mod pack, and this is the Skyrealm. It's sort of a custom dimension built around features from vanilla Minecraft, as well as the Aether, as well as the mod Environmental, which includes a lot of the foliage you see. So this is basically a very custom dimension that's pulling from a lot of different mods, and has kind of mixed them together in a way that I'm trying to get really balanced. But right now it's a bit... The biggest problem right now is there's not a lot of food sources early game, but it is kind of tough to fight the sweats and everything. So what that means is I think I gotta put more crops in, because there's not a lot of crop options right now. I think there's only tomatoes and onions, and I think there's supposed to be cabbages spawning, but they're not. So I gotta look into exactly why that might be happening. It's probably got to do with the lack of sand up here, which makes sense, but it's not like I can put them in the overworld where there's more sand, because the overworld is a desolate wasteland in this, which we will get to shortly here after I get a base set up here. But the biggest thing I'm working on right now with it, because a lot of this is the progression. I've done this progression probably 30, 40 times in just testing it, ensuring things work out. But one of the big things is getting create working, because create is fine right now. But what I'm doing is, if you look here, let me pull it up real quick. If you look within create, if you take a look at the andesite casing right here, which is sort of hidden behind, I mean, I could quickly, I can't do that yet, but the andesite casing right here it is. We're modifying the textures because I'm removing the andesite casings. So I'm basically restructuring create's kind of trifecta of progression, going from the andesite age to the brass age into the copper/train age. I'm condensing that into 2 ages, so you basically don't have andesite alloy anymore. You just have brass, and you just have steel, which is going to be a replacement for like the brass age stuff. And so that means a lot of retexturing and a lot of fixing of the progression, just because right now there's no need for andesite, because at the same time you get tin, you also get copper. And so you might as well just, I figured it was easier to just go ahead and start with brass. Plus steel is a cool thing. We have this new system, which I'm really excited to show you here in a minute, with the blast furnace system with shaped furnace recipes. But let me go ahead and get what I was wanting to do here done. If I can get some sticks, I should be able to get a stone pickaxe, and that satisfies the achievement, and that moves us away from our big stick being necessary. And what I can do here is now make a campfire, which I should have all the ingredients to do so right here. Boom, just like that. Now comes the fun part. Probably shouldn't have placed that, because I actually don't know where a water source is, and I need one, because we need to get mud. So the next task in our book is to place coarse dirt at a water source, and it'll turn it into mud, and then putting that mud onto a campfire will turn it into packed mud. And if you are unfamiliar with that, this is how you make a kiln, which this is just a Minecraft furnace with different properties to it. So mud bricks can be made from packed mud. Packed mud can be acquired on a campfire. It can also be smelted in your kiln once you have that made. But we got to find a water source, because we have the coarse dirt right here, but I need the water to be able to turn this into mud. We could also find a swamp biome where mud generates in abundance. That should be enough, but there's probably a water source nearish by. There's a butterfly over there. I don't know if I need to turn up the amount of water source, the water source spawn rates, because they're small, and that's kind of by design. I'd like them a little bigger, and I might try to make them a bit bigger, or like varying a little more in size, but they're very small, but they are frequent. They might need to be a bit more frequent than they are currently. I don't know if there's one on my island. I might need to traverse across. Always break the urns. Oh, that's pretty. Oh my God, 5 spinel. That's a great. Okay, that is going to come in handy later because that is a very rare resource that we need that you can find in these urns rarely, but you can find them. Oh wow, look at that. There's a deer over here. You make pack mud with pack mud from your kiln. Sounds like a pyramid scheme started. Originally there was only one. Well, originally there was only one way to make pack mud, and it was only through the campfire. Because I was like, oh, I think there's a way to do it later, and then I realized the way to do it later was to cook it in a saucepan. Which currently I need to find a way to take that out because those recipes, like campfire recipes and the skillet recipes from Farmer's Delight, are linked, and I need to figure out a way to turn that off because it's a nightmare. I think I need to relocate. I think I need to pack up and relocate to a different island, which means I'm gonna need some more building blocks, but that should be fine. I'm gonna head over to that cherry grove area because that means more mobs will spawn. For some reason, I think it has to do with the podzol on the ground. I think I need to change up some things in our core mod to make it so that some of these animals will spawn more frequently in the forest. They're supposed to be like cardinals and things like that, but I think something is messed up where they're not wanting to spawn on podzol. And most of the ground here is made of podzol or coarse dirt. I think both. I think grass is the only one that they're really wanting to spawn on at the moment. So once I can get that fixed, but I just feel like I'll see a lot of people spawning in this forest biome, and I'm like, every time I see someone doing it, I'm like, it's gonna be a rough time. That is a lot of slimes down there. I think I got the slime spawning working too well because that's so many slimes. That's too much. Oh my God. Put like 6 types of corns and 42 variations of popcorn. Right now I'm facing an issue with the ladders. Look how many ladders there are. There's so many ladders. But I'm fixing it. I'm working on it. I think I can just jump down here on this cloud. And then I should just do that and boom. I am off to the races. Gotta stay away from Slime City over there. My God, I turned up the slime rates too much apparently. What is it currently at? Hold on. I gotta let's do a bit of investigating here. Hold on. Don't look in there. It's all my past files. Every single file I've been looking at recently. No, hold on. Look at this. Every single file is Skyrealm. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Let's go to, I think it's a biome modifier? Maybe? I think it is. A forge biome modifier. No, it's not. Is it a Minecraft? I think it's just a Minecraft feature then. Or maybe it might be a Skyrealm. Structures, world gen, biome, lavender fields. Yeah. Code screen. Slime. Oh my God, it's 100. No kidding. Let's bump it down to like 20. And if we find a lavender field, I'm going to test it out between these and the lavender field. Oh. Well, I guess we're not. Well, okay, well, I fixed one biome. Oh, boy. Either way, that should be fine. Oh, hey. Hi. Thank you. Yeah, there might be too many slimes. I did roll out the fix with the slimes, so that means anyone who's playing right now is probably going to get bombarded with slimes. I might need to get version 1.0.5 out soon, because that's a lot of slimes. Hello! Flying cow. And another one. Hello. Hi. How are you? Although if we do fight the sweats, I can get some cheap food off of them. Although these are not sweats, these are slimes. Which eventually I do want the slimes to also drop gummies, which is the food source. If you look in your book, you can see kill a sweat for a delicious snack that works in a pinch. And that's what I want to receive. And there's some zinc up there, but unfortunately I am going to need some copper. Yeah, I'm going to need copper in order to get that, which copper should be in there's some down there. Abundant in spades. But again, should is often different from what it is. Although there are some coin nearby. That's what the Serenity perk up there in the corner is. Denoting. Oh, there's some copper up there. Still gotta find a water source, but I will grab this copper because we can't currently craft the copper yet because that's what this main progression is about. The entire first chapter is really the quest to get copper, and then to achieve a way, more than a one-way ticket down, because you can jump into the overworld at any time. I do not wish to stop the player from progressing forward into the overworld if they want to. They might learn a thing or two and then return and go, okay, maybe I need to do some of the chapter 1 progression first. But if they want to power through, I am not going to stop the player from trying. There is a way to defeat this whole quest progression without doing the first chapter. And if a player wants to do that, I really would like to encourage that, because that sounds like a lot of fun to try. Let's go up here. There we go. I am low on food. So this is the problem. There's not a lot of great food sources. I mean, I could set up a farm, but I need a water source. Let's see. There's bees up here. This looks flat enough. There could be a water pool up ahead. This is the Cherry Grove Forest. It's mainly comprised of plum trees, despite its name. I might change it to the plum forest. Although I might kind of split up the cherry and the plum forest. Like, I'll have the cherries spawning in the plum forest, but then there'll be a dedicated cherry grove as well. I don't know exactly if I'll do that. You need to put a water source if you hang out with bear girls. Dude, bear girls will pee on you if you're not careful. And where's... That's down there. Am I going back the way I came? There's a fox. No, this is... I mean, I'm back in this biome. This is sometimes a problem. You can get kind of bottlenecked. Oh, there's a fun house down there, though. That's fun. They're spawning at the bottom of the world currently. They're not supposed to do that, but they are. Sometimes they spawn where they're supposed to, but then other times they spawn like right there. Hey, let's get that. Although now I have weakness, which means I can't actually fight that other sweat. But that was a gummy. It gives you like 2 hearts, and it gives you a positive effect, which is like jumping or speed boost. But it'll also give you a negative effect, like weakness or oh, what's the other one? What's the one that... It's not mining fatigue. It's slowness or something. Whichever one it is. It might be mining fatigue. I swear there's got to be a water pool right over there. Although I can just go around, I guess. I'm sort of running in the opposite direction that I need to be. Plus, a water source is really good because, again, if you're near a bunch of sweats and you kind of... If you surround your house with a moat, you're pretty much sweat invulnerable. Because they do melt into, like... They're made of sugar, I think is the bit. I'm considering changing the name of the mob to, like, a gummy or, like, a jelly. Basically jellies from Terraria, which I did take a lot of inspiration from Terraria when kind of designing the initial pitch for this idea. It was like, okay, you're gonna start in the sky, but then the rest of it kind of works like Terraria with a little bit of Minecraft in there. And so if it feels like Terraria, that's good. And if I find a mod that's like, this is very Terraria-like, I'm like, damn, let's install that mod. Let's add it. There's gotta be a water source somewhere. This is a problem. And that's a lot of slimes. Oh my god, that's so many slimes. God. That's so many slimes. Hold on. Restart. I'm gonna restart. I'm doing a new spawn. Can you tell the house to spawn at like Y50? I can. The problem is, it's doing what's known as a height map of ground level. And what that means typically is that upon base generation, it'll look for like the normal, like the first point that was laid in. Oh, not creative. I'm so used to doing like bug test worlds. It'll check for like the area that was first designated as the surface during base terrain generation, and then it'll place that kind of in line with wherever that is. So whatever height that is, if that's the top of the mountain, if it's on the plains, like wherever that is, that's where the house is going to go. That's why you can get those villages that start normal, and then there's that one house really high up. It's because that's considered the same, height map. But what happens is if that Y clamp, which there is a Y clamp on here, which means like if it falls below a certain like noise threshold, hey, this is a much better spawn. If it falls below a certain noise threshold, it will just not put any blocks there, and that's how you end up with Sky Islands. But what happens is if something is going on, it shouldn't be noticing, it shouldn't consider there to be blocks here, but something is going wrong where it's checking and it's saying, yes, I need to add a predicate of some kind that basically says, if there's no block, don't do it, even though it should already be doing that. Like it's, like that's why structures don't spawn in the middle of the ocean when they're not supposed to. But I need to basically tell it not to do it because it's placing it where it thinks the surface is when there is no surface in that area. When there's no surface, it should just call back and say no and deny putting one there. Okay, I said this is a good spawn. This is a fine spawn right over here. Although there's a lot of sweats because it's a flat field. But I can get away from no problem. What was that? Is that twine? Hell yeah, it's twine. Let's see. I'm gonna get some plum wood. I think we're gonna start with plum wood today. It's really just about like trial and error with a lot of this. And obviously, like, even when 1.0 comes out, when the final release or like the first release of this comes out, it's still gonna be a lot of like rolling out micro updates and little fixes and changes. And the difference between something like this and Minecraft Unlimited is obviously this is a much more controlled environment. And I don't have to worry about like 7,000 outcomes of a certain feature. I only have to worry about like, say, give or take 100 different like variants on like a system. Whereas with Minecraft Unlimited, there's countless systems going on. So it's like Minecraft Unlimited's development was like throwing everything in and then fixing. But with something like this, it's a lot more limited, and also we're going from the beginning. And so I was able to kind of lay things in, brick by brick rather than all in one go, which I like better, but it also means that bug testing and like actually rolling out and maintaining a project like this is easier. But if I can get up here to some stone, should be all good to go. And there's a nice little cave system here, which there's some cave networks up here. They're not too expansive. I need stone for that. They're not too expansive, the cave networks up here, but there are carvers cutting through the landscape, so you will find sometimes where there's caves, and that can just be fun to explore. Not too dangerous caves up here, because this is supposed to be your peaceful dimension. But if you do find yourself in a corner, I need to turn down the slimes, obviously, because there's 1,000 slimes waiting for me at every turn. But this is a pretty good system, I think. I'm also opting to put dirt in patches. I did want the player to try to search for a water source, but I think I might opt to put dirt in like kind of like small patches near the edges of islands. There is a cool feature. A lot of people get confused about where clay is, but clay is everywhere. It just doesn't form within the landscape. It forms in these little disc shelves that kind of form along the... Oh, hello. Well, we found water. Hi. There's a giant water pool down here. Well, let's hop in here. And there's a bunch of koi. If I could get some coal, I could light up the situation a bit. I think this is coal right here, actually. Yep, right there. If I could have that, please. And then I can make some torches here. I can light this up and we can see all the koi fish. And yes, if anyone recalls from the early development version of this, or like the early conceptual development version of this, we do have flowing fluids, so water does level out into like half blocks, quarter blocks, eighth blocks, 16th blocks, things like that. Here we go. Okay, now what am I doing? I am placing a campfire. Perfect. Okay, so a campfire. We had it. Well, I need logs now. But is this like fully underground, or is there like, this looks like the way out. Excuse me. I see sunlight. Here it comes. Took a while to get there, but we got some. Okay, so we found our water source, which will be good. So now we can make the campfire real quick. And then from there... Oh, I already had one? Oh, damn. Well, put 2 of them down. And then I can get some logs here. If I get 3 of these, then I should make a campfire. And then I will take coarse dirt. Although now the fun question is getting coarse dirt. Because now I need gravel. But I think there's gravel in that cave. Let's see... Did I not? Oh, I don't have any coal on me. I used the only coal I had in there, but there's coal right here. Dumb question, why are they called sweats? I have no idea. That's an Aether thing. That's not been, that hasn't been modified by me. Don't know why they're called sweats. I think it's a play on sweet or something. I don't know. They do sweat, although if you look at them, they do emit water particles. So I have no idea why they're called sweats. That is not a name that I came up with. In fact, that's why I want to change them to like something that's more gelatin, like jellies. Let's see. Here's our campfire. We are near water, so I feel confident putting that one down. Hello, hi. How are you? Get out of here. Get out. Thank you. And now I can get some. If I can... Oh, yeah, now I have speed. See that? Look at that. I'm very fast. If I can get some... gravel right here. I just passed it. Get out of here. See them? They're sweating. They're emitting sweat particles. Get some more coal. You could call them cotton balls. You haven't seen them melt in the water yet. That's a pretty cool feature. So now I should be able to take the dirt and take the gravel and get some coarse dirt, and that should be enough to dump in the water. Hey, a potato! Oh, we're gonna be eating good tonight. Oh, bless it. Bless the potato. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing, it is. And now we're gonna put this in the water, and just like concrete powder, when coarse dirt meets water, it becomes mud. And so I need 4 blocks of mud. It's all I should really need. I mean, there's other things you can use mud for if you're really inclined to do so, but I just use it to get through this step, and then I just put the mud on the campfire, and all we gotta do is wait right there. Melting of water reminds me of cotton candy. I wanted to call them cotton candy balls, but that would be shortened to candy balls. Yeah. I don't know. This is also this thing right here, the golden gummy sweat. That's a real thing from the Aether. That's not a me thing. So that's something else interesting to think about. So obviously they think that they're gummies. But I think I'm just gonna change it into gummies because sweat is such a strange word for them. Maybe call them sweets or something, but I think gummy works better. Okay, so I've made mud bricks. And now with a healthy amount of mud bricks and some cobblestone, I can make a kiln. And the kiln is a lovely thing. And we need a way to indicate this. I do want a little icon here to indicate this, but heat sources have been divided up. So you can't put coal in here. If you try to put coal in here, it does not work. Because you need a light heat source. Because coal burns hot, and so does charcoal. But charcoal burns substantially less hot than something like coal or lava. And so theoretically, if you tried to use lava or coal to, melt your chicken or cook your clay, it might risk breaking or burning. And therefore, we've devised a two-part system so that there are hot heat source systems and low heat source systems. So this is kind of your entry level salting. This is where a lot of things like mud is done, and clays, and terracottas. So that's what this whole thing is about. So that's why we need the kiln, because we need the kiln to get bricks. And so what I can do here is I can put in just any sort of wooden fuel, like coal, charcoal, or cherry planks, which is why I'm making charcoal up. And we will get ourselves some charcoal. And while that is doing that, I'm going to scout down here because I should see somewhere on the edge of these mountains or on the edge of these land formations. And they're very frequent. They should be frequent enough to spot from afar. So I can plan a trip over to them. But if I get up here to the high ground, hey, get away from me. If there was islands actually over here, but maybe there's something this way. Probably one on the island I'm standing on. Ah, there's one right there. So that's a clay shelf down there. So we gotta go grab that. So let's not waste any time. Let's just go grab it. We're probably gonna have to build a platform out. So I might want to get some resources. Look at that. Look at that little pool down there. Sometimes the pools can have sand. Sometimes they can have mud that spawns around them. But that is the only source of sand, I think, is those water pools. I don't think there's pockets of sand. There probably should be. Probably should introduce like pockets of sand and maybe pockets of sandstone. And maybe there will be a biome. I don't think there's gonna be a desert biome ever up here. Just because there's never gonna be like a snowy biome. There might be a snow-peaked biome if I could make that happen. But the problem is, since there's really only... There's not hills and valleys, there's just these islands, and it's kind of this amplified terrain. What you end up with is no need for like a snowier like region where it snows at the top. Bunny, come here, get on my head. This is great. This is actually very good because of what we're about to do, which is jump down here to these little shelves. Because if I hold space, the bunny remains on my head and is a very good companion. And that's Spinel. No, get rid of the Spinel. We need that. That's like the last phase of chapter 1. We need 8 of those in order to progress into chapter 2. And that's 2 of them down. And you'll see some Spinel spawning around like at the bottom of these islands. But it is a rarer resource. The intention is that you eventually go around on like your MOA or on like a flying animal, and kind of scan the islands to collect it. But that should be enough clay, although I want to build out a platform here just so I can get the rest of that. But that should be enough clay because we need to get a blast furnace now because we cannot smelt our ores in a kiln. We need a blast furnace, which takes a high heat source in order to actually smelt metals and stones. Those simply just require more heat than you can get from a kiln. So let's do this. And I think that should be good. We can actually jump up 2 blocks with the bunny on our head because the bunny's fantastic. Yep. Ooh, do I dare try to make that? I don't think so. I think what I do dare try to do is jump up here. Maybe. Yeah, I can jump up here and I can make that. That's an easy jump. There's no way I can't make that. Any chance of getting raccoons in the area? Could be a good nocturnal predators to sweat. There are. Oh wait. Oh god. Oh god. Hold on. I'm trying to read chat, but I'm getting obliterated real quick. I'm kind of getting hit by the ceiling. That is a fun thing I like to do. I like to go on the edges of these like flat surfaces and do the little wall jumping. Let me try to read that again. I hear the jumping. I hear the jumps. He doesn't see me. Any chance of getting raccoons in the area? That could be a natural predator sweats by picking them up and taking them into the water to wash them. That would be fun. The only mod I know that has like raccoons in it is Alex's mobs. There is currently an actual... Bye. There is currently a natural predator to the sweats currently also. It's not an adorable raccoon taking it and washing it in the water, but it is... Oh, look at that. That's so much fun. I love these geodes. They need to spawn a little bit more enclosed in the landscape, but they are pretty fun when you get inside of them. I'll take that for a spyglass as well. I do want to keep my bunny, but I want another crystal. Excuse me, bunny. I don't think the bunny can get anywhere too far. But the MOAs, if you have a MOA near your base, you're pretty much safe from sweats as well, because they will eat them, and it's really good to see. Hup. Hup. Is there a way out? I can't see with the bunny on my head. I can't see the way I came in. Is it right here? No? Is it here? No? Is it here? Well, I'm making a way out. Okay, apparently not. That's apparently a bud. Never hit your bud. Okay. Okay, now pillar up and jump. Nice. This is actually epic strategy for Skyrealm. Make sure you follow along with this awesome companion guide. Remember, leave yourself an ash trail if you ever get lost. We came from this way, right? Like, am I going the right way? So I did see somebody who was playing the game mention that we did not have a mini-map mod. There is actually a mini-map mod. It's just it's the Atlas mod, which is in there because I want you to craft it. I want you to have to work for your mini-map. There is a way to get a mini-map. You just don't start with a mini-map in the game. So I want you to feel that sense of pride and accomplishment. Ah! Ah! Too many slimes! I put too many slimes in my game. Okay, I definitely went the... No, I didn't. This is right, isn't it? No, this is the wrong way. There's my... I see it. That's where I live, is right there. I see my smoke. That's too many slimes. That's too many. That's too many. We gotta turn that down. Hang on. Just turn it down. Yeah, let's do 20. I like 20. 20 sounds good. Yeah, let's just do that for all of them. 100, I admit, I think the reason it got so high up to 100 is because they weren't spawning, and it turns out I had an error in one of my files. So I was just like, I thought, you know, when I got up to 100, I think I thought there was something interfering with it. There we go. So that should work. I just got to restart the world real quick. How do you get Spinel? Spinel can be found. It's a kind of a lower Skyrealm ore. The best way to find it, it can spawn. I think it can spawn anywhere in the Sky Islands, except there's kind of this trapezoidal distribution, so it spawns more abundantly at the bottom of the islands. So if you take like a MOA or a flying pig, or just take your air bunny around and you look at the edges of islands, you will have to explore a little bit, but it can be found. It just like generates, like it could like generate like right down there. Like it wouldn't be shocked if I saw something like right there. And then it kind of spawns around the same areas that your clay shells are spawning in. But it can spawn in anything. It's a pink, it looks like a pink ore, obviously. So I think I'm gonna jump to that tree over there. It's not later game. It's late game chapter 1. So it's like the ending of chapter 1. You need copper in order to break it. Ow. First off. Second off. So don't go looking unless you have copper. The progression system is there for kind of a reason. It's because it's to kind of help coax you along. It does open up. Chapter 1 is a lot of linear tasks, and then chapter 2 opens up into kind of this more open progression. There is still a linear path sort of that you have to take, but you can take it at your own leisure at that point. And basically the goal of chapter 2 is just to find the nether rifts and enter it, but also enter it with lead trimmed onto your armor so you don't burn up going into the nether. Again, that's not implemented yet, but so you can freely explore the nether. But we did just put another mod in as well. We finally found our base mod for the nether features. Okay, so I found my clay, so it should just be as simple as shoving that into there and getting that going. So that's gonna go for a while. I think what I can do next, I think we have all of our ingredients, so all we gotta do is just wait at this point for that clay to smelt. I will grab some extra stone if I can. But I think we're gonna just move straight into the copper age. No sense making a bunch of stone tools just to throw them out. But yeah. Is there a more efficient way? I mean, the most efficient way to find spinel is a rare resource. It is supposed to be a rare resource. Its only use, other than being pretty and decorative and being a status symbol, is making the bejeweled plum. The bejeweled plum obviously acts as the a 2 minutes of infinite jump for your Moa, so you can ascend back into the sky. But the goal is that it's not supposed to be too abundant, because I don't want people... I mean, you can rely on it if you're willing to go look for spinel every time you're wanting to make a trip down to the overworld. But the goal is that you eventually move into utilizing vehicles and aircraft in order to make your travel easier, or an elevator system if you're so inclined. I can absolutely see people making elevator systems that, shoots you all the way from the ground into the sky. I'm looking very much forward to it. I'm worried if someone tries to make a system that goes too fast, they're going to launch themselves past the teleport line faster than a tick, and it's not going to update in time, and then they're going to get launched into the sky or down in the void, and then they're going to explode. But spinel is rare. Cherish every piece of spinel you find, and don't waste your bejeweled plums by just feeding them willy-nilly to your Moa. Feed them to your Moa when you're ready to... you're ready to return. One of the cool things on God Aircraft. Hold on. We're gonna get some tonight. We're going through the whole progression tonight. You're gonna get to see everything that's kind of in place at this point. These are the airships right now. The Gyrodyne is gonna be a kind of a unique one. We don't have the systems in place yet, but the Gyrodyne is gonna be kind of a fail-safe. If somebody falls to the overworld in like hardcore mode, or like they just don't want to die, or they hit the water and now they don't have a way to get back up without dying, there is going to be a secret chapter that unlocks that basically says, hey, you can get back to the overworld. It's going to be a daunting task, but if you're in a hardcore world, this is your way to get back. And the Gyrodyne is going to be this man-powered vehicle that you have to have a lot of food if you want to be able to fly it, but also it's a one-way ticket. You have to build it out of decayed wood. Right now it doesn't do any of that, but it's going to be made out of decay wood. It's going to have a wooden propeller, and it's going to be this ship that's going to have these terrible creaking sounds as you're using it. And if you stay in it for too long, like it's going to be like a 5-minute length on it, and it's going to start taking damage over time. But also the moment you hop out of it, like if you press R to leave the airship, it breaks. The idea is that it is a one-way back, so you can get back to the sky and continue chapter 1. Because if you do chapter 1 properly, you should set yourself up to get a lot of iron and get better aircrafts like the airship and everything. But this is going to be a fun one. There's going to be airships. The warship is going to be a late game. It's going to be the end game aircraft. I don't know if we're going to do planes. We've had some bugs with planes and the teleport line. But there will be some fun ones. This one's kind of like a drone. I think this one actually, it works like a kind of like a happy ghast, where you can stop it and you can get out and walk on it and leave it, and it kind of floats, so you can use it as a building tool. So that's going to be a fun one for players to use. Valkyrian Skies is not in this. No, it is these are man-made entities. These are single unit entities that spawn in like boats and stuff like that. There is no Valkyrian Skies. You can feel free to add Valkyrian Skies, but then you're breaking the progression, because unlike Minecraft Unlimited, this one's kind of got its own balance that we're trying our hardest to implement properly. Okay, so now that I have enough bricks, I can make a blast furnace, and this is where the fun begins. I want everyone to hold on to their butts when you see this. Okay, now I know that looks scary, but it's not. It works just like a crafting table, except this is now where a lot of things can be crafted shaped. So you can still do all your standard crafting, like ingredients, cobbled deep slate into deep slate, single things, shapeless recipes still exist, basically. Gold ore into gold ingot, glass into sand. It works like that. If I want to get stained glass, you can't just stain glass. You got to stain the sand. You got to do it in the process. This is the only way to make stained glass at this point. You can still make stained panes that way, but what's the point of a shaped recipe? The reason we wanted to do this is because of the alloy system. So we kind of took this based on like the way that netherite is made, kind of this alloy thing. But we were like, I was like, it makes sense if that was like with a heat source, So creates brass is your entry level create thing. This replaces basically the need for andesite alloy. And you make it like this. This is how a lot of these alloys are going to be made in the later progression. Evil? I don't think it's evil. I think it's very fun. I've found this to be a very seamless system into the game. You can make some cool... Oh no! The squishy sound gives me flashbacks to getting hit by all those slimes. So I can just smelt my rock hopper in there and it goes. Hey now. Hey. That's enough. That's enough, I said. Hey. That's enough. Hey. That's enough. They currently take fall damage, and I don't know if I should take that out. I don't know if they shouldn't take fall damage or not, or if it's funny when they take fall damage. But they do fall a lot. You will find their dead corpses lying around quite a bit. And I don't know if that's fun or if that's not fun. You tell me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a nice place to set up a house and to set up a surface base here, because now we've basically gotten through a bulk of Chapter 1's main progression. And obviously there's going to be side quests eventually. I mean, there are side things we're going to do today that I'm going to put as quest lines. Like, you know, starting farms and things like that. And like, you know, grow yourself 10,000 wheat or something like that. Really long stretch, some of them, you know. But Chapter 1 is considered complete when you finish the main progression. Or at least like it'll unlock Chapter 2 once you get that main strip down the middle done. And so what we can do here is we can put more of this in there and we can grab our finished copper, which currently doesn't give experience, and it should. And I need to make a note of that. That is something that's supposed to happen. Hang on. Things to do. Where's my things to do? Note. Things to do. Okay. Add that to the list. Blast furnace not giving experience. Great. Works for me. Okay. So now we just make the copper pickaxe the way we normally do. And that's how you do it. And so now if we look at our main progression, we have 2 more chapters left. And this is the final one of this chapter. Crafting the Bejeweled Plum. When fed to a Moa, it grants the Moa 2 minutes of unlimited jumps. And then with the Bejeweled Plum in your inventory, ride a tamed Moa down into the overworld. And so this actually does this. This one only unlocks. So let's say I fell into the overworld right now. That will not unlock. That will not unlock Chapter 2. I will not unlock that. The only way to unlock that is to do all 3 of those. You have to be on a Moa, you have to have a Bejeweled Plum in your inventory, and you have to enter the overworld. Unless those 3 are met, you will simply not finish Chapter 2. You can enter the overworld without completing Chapter 1. That is fine. You simply won't unlock chapter. You can do all of this. I expect that there will be people who do this without doing any of the, advancements. Someone jumps straight down into the water and does it all from there. I'm looking forward to those challenges. But if you want to play the game pretty normally, follow along with the quest line. It's there for your benefit. It's very nice to you. It's not here to hurt you. It's here to be your friend. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to make a sword. If I can help it. I'm going to make a sword. Also, at Minecraft, what the hell? Immediately I was doing all this, then Minecraft throws in, hey, by the way, we're going to make copper tools now. And I'm like, great, perfect. Anyway, but unlike theirs, ours is actually a proper tier. It's like a tool tier in between instead of just like an equivalent to iron. This is required to get iron, and I think it is. I think I fixed that. But it's also required to get like spinel and things like that. Oh, we could get a copper knife as well. Probably should. Because what we can do with that, it's a little something like this. And we can get some rope. So you can get rope 2 different ways. You can either make twine from flax, which twine is just string, by the way. Heyo. Heyo. Get away from me, please. Or you can cut down grass like this, get yourself some straw, and you can make some rope as well. And 3 is the magical number. In fact, I have enough twine to make rope, and I have enough straw to make rope, so I can show you both ways. So I think it's like that. Yeah, so 3 twine gives you 1 rope, but 3 straw will give you 3 rope. So it's kind of, if you want to get string earlier or rope earlier in the game than getting your copper tools, then you can get it with twine. But That's the many ways to get it. Okay, I'm gonna chuck some of the stuff I don't need off the side. Don't need amethyst. I don't need smooth basalt. I don't need my air cloud. I'll keep the sand on me. That should be fine. We're about to set up a little house anyway, but I want to go exploring a bit. I want to get away from this island, and I want to try to find like the open fields where because right now I need a field if I want to do like farm animals. Are you playing 1.0.4 beta edition? Because you have more progress than me. More progress than you? I don't have a quest after Bejeweled Plum. It should be in 1.0.4. I would upgrade. I would update. If you're on 1.0.3, it's not going to be in there, but this is in 1.0.4. Unless you're about to tell me that you have 1.0.4 and you don't see that, that's a problem. Because you should. You have done the Bejeweled Plum. Or you're like, you see the Bejeweled Plum quest, and you just don't see just make sure you're on 1.0.4, because that is, I did update that today, so that quest came out today. Oh, I didn't actually chuck them off the side. I threw them on the floor there. Okay, I'm gonna get to that blue air cloud up there if I can. Yeah, I can get up there. I can get up there for sure. Yep. You're on 1.0.3. That's why, yeah. 1.0.4 does give that last, like, it's basically just final information. Like, I was having trouble getting that advancement to work the way I wanted to. There was an issue with the predicates, and if you're familiar with data packs, then there was a predicate that I wasn't able to get working right. It wasn't, if I wanted it to check for predicate, it wasn't letting the advancement work. If I didn't let it check for the predicate, then the advancement would be broken, so I just pulled that last advancement out. And I finally got it working yesterday, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and roll that out, because I did intend for the original beta 1 to come out with that last advancement in there. I also fixed one. There was something broken in one of the, it was like a semicolon incorrectly in another one of the advancements, the one about eating a gummy sweat. I think specifically, yeah, this one was not in 1.0.3 either. A lot of little fixes rolled out, overworld changes and everything. This is a duck. There's no chickens in the Skyrealm. There's no chickens in this game. Chickens went extinct. Something killed the chickens. We got to figure out what killed the chickens. Something horrible has slain the lovely, lovely chickens. And there's horrible slimes. They're still spawning up a storm. I might need to call them back a little bit more. What spawn groups are they spawning in? 4 is not that many, but that's an invasive amount of slimes. Okay, I need sheepies. I need sheep huffs. And this is where they spawn, but I don't see any. So we might just be doing pigos. We might just be doing, although that's a dark, dark cavern. I mean, I'm going to live up here, and we'll just tempt the pigos up here. Maybe there's sheeps up here. You usually see them jumping. They jump really high up in the air if you see them. They'll, like, when they get their sheep all, like their wool all fluffed up, they jump super high in the air, and you can see them from very far away. Oh, there's a lavender field. The school would live there. I love the lavender fields. They were the newest addition. This was not in the original release of the beta. And I'm gonna grab these blueberry farms as well. Whole quest line is a murder mystery to figure out who killed the chickens. I mean, that's basically what it is. What do you think killed the overworld? Leave a comment down in the description below. Tell me what you think killed the overworld. What do you think's responsible? Is it man? Is it man's lust for greed and corporate gains? Is it magic? Is it both? I think it's both. I saw this one person. I never thought to do this. I saw this one person playing, and I guess they played a lot of Aether, because this comes from the Aether, the air clouds. And they were jumping, and they'd harvested a blue air cloud, and they were using like single pieces of air cloud to like bounce off of. And I was like, that is such a good strat. I never thought to do that. I was like, and like looking back, I'm like, that's such a genius. Like, why did I not think of that? It's such a simple idea, but just like doing this and then just bouncing, and then when you hit the ground, pop another one down. I was like, that's so brilliant. Okay, yeah, I want to live over there. I want to live. There's a moa down there, which that's good. We could actually go ahead and tame that moa. Are we? I should have grabbed some plums when I was over in that plum area. we shouldn't be too far from Plumland. I'm really looking for sheep because I want a bed. There's a sheep over there. Perfect. We'll live right here. We'll live in the lavender fields. Are you allowed to say murder and killed anymore? I don't. I'm allowed to say whatever I want because I don't care about ad revenue. And also, this isn't TikTok. I think YouTube's a lot less stringent with it. I'll die I'll unalive before you catch me unironically saying unalive. Okay, so I'm gonna put some torches right here so I recognize. Oh, that's the perfect spot, right? And there's a water source. Oh, clutch spawn. Well, not spawn, but clutch base. I'm gonna live here, is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna put this right here, and we're gonna pick some. Oh no! Wait, what? What happened to my? This is supposed to say violet. It's supposed to say lavender. What happened? Is someone gonna kill me? No. What happened? Wait. Oh, that's working. Wait, hold on. What's another thing that I renamed? Phosphorus? Phosphorus is fine. Copper shears? That's good. Copper knife. Why did that randomly break? Hold on. Data. No. Assets. Environmental. Did I get rid of my Lang file? I gotta fish that out of the trash. Yeah, I got rid of my Lang file for that. It's somewhere. It got deleted at some point. That's not supposed to happen, but make a bed quickly so it can be your spawn. Yes, I need to do that. What I need to do is make a chest. And I think I got this working too. This is a new thing. This is not in any release version right now. But I got this working today with a little mod called Every Compat. It kind of is a seamless way to introduce wood compatibility between a bunch of mods. Hey, get out of here. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. And I can do this. If I get a bunch of plums, I can make a plum chest. And that's great. Look at that. There was somebody who mentioned, they're like, hey, I can't make a chest out of like any of the woods up here except for like oak. I was like, yeah, it's because of quark. So I took it out temporarily. But then Every Compat made it pretty simple to just have the chests of every wood type. And so I was like, perfect. So now you can have pretty chests that look pretty and everything. So that's good. I'm going to shove everything in here real quick. And I'm going to pull out exclusively what I need. In fact, I want another plum chest. Is that a plum barrel as well? No, it's plum trim. But I need... Yeah, let's see. I'm going to keep melting this, or smelting it, or blast furnacing it down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some shears, just like so. Copper shears. And then I'm going to go find a sheep. Here's one. Ooh, I want this guy because I can get double wool from him. Actually, it's like quadruple wool. And we'll fence these guys in a little bit here. Oh, I could still make a teal bed. Although, actually, I think I've changed the recipes so you can actually 1-to-1 dye wool now. Because like why wouldn't you? You know? So now we can have a purple bed. Very nice. Does this make pink? No? Interesting. I do need a bucket so I can get farming. And I'll grab a chest plate too, just for funsies. And I need wood. I should be able to make a bed. I can plonk it down right here. And that should be good night for me. How or why do you got an item description when you hover over an item? So this is the dev build of the game. So this just tells me things like its item ID, its tags, so I can check and make sure that tags are in there. But this is currently off. I mean, if you want to turn it on, you just press F3H to show or hide tool tags. But the proper experience is to not be able to see any of that, is to just see the name of the item. Because while some mod packs like to show you the names of the mods, This is not one of those mod packs that like encompasses everything about a mod. So it's not really important to know where a mod comes from, because if I've done my job right at the end of this, everything should work seamlessly as if it's all part of the Skylands experience. So it's not necessary to know that this item comes from Create or this item comes from Quark or wherever. It's supposed to all feel like one seamless thing. If you want to turn it on, that's how you do it, but this is the dev build. So it gives me information. It also shows me things in red, things that I'm removing from the game. Which also you don't... Oh, this is a perfect opportunity to show you the sweats exploding. Check this out. Get in there. Bye. Bye. Oh, he hit me on the way out. All right, fine. Perfect. Okay, so we could build a little structure if we wanted to. We could build a little lean-to of some kind. I want to put my bunny in a box. Actually, I think I have twine, so I could lead it to a fence post. Because the bunnies and the sheep are hard to keep because you have to keep them with a roof, or else they'll do that. Typically, look how big he is. He's so big. Let's see. Let's make some planks like that. Let's get some sticks. We'll make some wisteria fence post, and then I will put this here. Grab that twine that I had. Oh, it's only 3 twine. Okay, well, we'll just 3 twine. I need 4 twine. Technically, we could go ahead and start farming flax. I can make a hoe, just like that, and then I can come over here. Excuse me. Yeah, actually, let me clear all this out real quick. Just clear a nice workspace. Always replant the flowers if we need to. Okay, so now 1, 2. I can't do that. I should be able to till that. Oh, I should make that a thing. I should make that a feature. Oh, I can do anything. I control the world. I'm God here. Let's do this right along here, and let's grab that flax seed that I got, as well as some of those potatoes, so we can get a nice food supply going in. Did I not get... Oh, I didn't get flaxseed because, yeah, because I died. That was the other world, wasn't it? Oh, damn. Okay, well, what we'll do is, if we find another bunny, I can kill it, and it'll give me twine, which is not... I'm gonna eventually take that feature out, but if it's in the game right now, I might as well exploit it. There's a bunny over there. Come here. You're gonna die. Hey, dude, I hope you're doing well. Hello, LJE. How are you today? I hope you're doing well as well. I hope you play. Are you playing Skyrealm? You playing Skyrealm? Is everyone in chat playing Skyrealm? Everyone should be playing Skyrealm. Everyone go download Skyrealm. We got like 50,000 downloads on it. We're doing fantastic right now. Game's not even out yet. People are downloading. It's crazy. Link in the description below. Hey, link in the description. If you're on Twitch, link is pinned at the very top of the chat, so you can get it on CurseForge. Or if you got the CurseForge app, it's the very first mod pack. Look. What is this? What is this? What is that right there? Number 1. Because we are a hidden gem. Did you know that? Did you know that? Oh, God. Please don't execute me. Did that bunny give me twine? It did not, which I need that. Hey, bunny. Can you give me the twine that I need? Eventually, the air bunny will drop air cloud exclusively. Air cloud and rabbit meat. They will be a farmable animal for food. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Where's the twine? Don't make me kill more bunnies. I'm not killing the bunny on my head so I can get the lead that I intend to use on my bunny. Stop. No. No. Come back. I've wounded it. I'm sorry. I need your string. Stop. Stop running from me. Give me your string. What are you looking at? Oh my God.
It's really fucked up that you're making the bunny on your head get POV kills of other bunnies.
I didn't. It's not my fault. This is the game I've made. It's the game's fault. Where's a bunny? They all fly away. Oh, there's one. Come here. Get over here. Get over here now. Maybe I should use my sword. Oh, it's an infant. No, that's an infant. It won't drop anything. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. Whatever. Screw it. Be free, I guess. Goodness gracious. Get out of my way, pig. Okay. So what we're gonna do. Land down here. We're gonna get back to farming. No, that slaughter session is now over. You made the game. I was about to run off the edge there. I do want that moa over there. The black one, the blue one has like 3 wing icons. The white one has like 5, and then the black one has like 8, I think. And I want as many flappies as I can get, so I'm either going for the white one or the black one. The blue one's fine. It's just, again, it's not really going to matter. It matters about traveling through the Skyrealm. It doesn't really matter about going to the overworld. Any of them will do. Although, if I can get some cows, then we should be golden for a saddle. And we just need some plums, which I can get. I can go ahead and get some plums if I'm real careful about it. I should include this. This should be a feature. This isn't currently a feature. Maybe it is. If I want, when you use a knife on the leaves, you get more of the fruit. Like if it's tertiary drop, you can add that in. Like you have more of a chance of getting like the fruit. So like if you do it on an oak leaf, you have more chance of getting apple. If you do it on a cherry tree, you have more chance of getting cherries. If you do it on a plum tree, you have more chance of getting plums. This and that, yada yada yada. I'm basically like cutting the fruit off of the tree. There's another plum. Plums are important. They're good for taming your moa. But I don't want to tame it until I have a saddle that I can ride it on it with. And you need quite a few. It's kind of like a horse. It takes a random amount. Or it's like, I guess it's more like a dog. It takes a lot of random amount of bones. Like it can be 1, but sometimes it's like 5, 6, 7. So I think 6 will be a good number to hold on to. If I can go find a cow. Ooh, if I can go find a cow. Should have killed those cows earlier when I saw them. I mean, I don't see any. Oh, I needed to plant those potatoes. That's okay. Hey, bunny! Get on my head! Actually, wait, bunny. Hello, other bunny. Come here. Come here! God, give me the rope! Ugh. Thank you. 1 piece of leather. I need more than that. Hey, bunny. I'm gonna check this urn real quick, make sure. Oh, wait, I can get, I think... Can I make twine from cottontail fluff? I think I can. Oh, shit. He's gonna kill me. Oh. Stay away. Demon. Huh? Who's there? Let me check the cottontail fluff real quick. What was that? Oh, zombie head. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, everything's grayscale. Oh, everything's grayscale. Let me get this cattail fluff. I think, can I turn this into string? Or no? It does. Oh, like, oh, it's like 8 of them though. Goodness. Okay. Well, good to know. Let me check the apple thing real quick. This might actually already be a feature. I was thinking about it. No, I think I was just getting lucky on those plums. It seemed like I was getting more plum when I was using the knife, but I do, if not, I would like to add that in as an actual feature. But I'll do some code searching. I'll search through the JSONs and see what it looks like. Let me grab this. If I can just get 1 more piece of twine. Okay. Got the cottontail fluff. Should be enough. This and then this one down here. That's 7. I think that was exactly how many I needed. So we'll grab 8 just for the fun of it. Hey, tomatoes! Grab some tomatoes too. I don't think I currently have it, but I think I want to make tomatoes one of the options for breeding pigs, because it's carrots and potatoes right now, but also tomatoes, because those like the three sort of tomatoes are like, I don't know, I feel like it rounds out a trifecta, so you have a third option for getting things. Is there a way to hide the bunny on your head? Are you planning on making it invisible? No, it's a limitation. I kind of like it as a limitation, because it's like, oh, I don't like having the bunny on my head. So get a moa, you know, all right, if you don't like that, like eventually work towards a moa. I don't like the moa because it's slow. Well, work on get an aircraft. I don't like the aircraft. Well, upgrade your engine. You know, there's kind of a progression to get to it. Originally, we were going to include in the mod pack a happy ghast backport, but we cut it out. Originally, the original idea was going to be to bring happy ghasts. They were going to be just naturally flying around, and you were going to tame one eventually. But we opted against that. We went ahead and just took it out. I'm still considering putting happy ghasts back in. But my only concern is to what end? What goal do they provide that's not already provided by the other, you know, the aircrafts and things like that? I guess another option, but at that point, like, we could come up with something way better than a happy ghast. Like, if it was like an end goal thing, you know, like, why not do like a dragon or something, like some end goal mount that's like, the happy ghast just feels unnecessary, at least for this mod pack. So that's why we didn't do it. Same thing we could have added the creaking in, which we did have the creaking in for a while, but it was like, what are we gonna do with it? You know, would it be more appropriate to ride down to the overworld on a vulture? Jetpack. The jetpack's in here. No, it's not. Is it not? No. What's in here? The diving suit's in here. The diving suit's in here. Hell yeah. I am taking some. So the thing about create you have to remember is that some things from create are gonna be removed. Pretty much the whole shipping system is gonna be taken out. Just because this isn't really, this is not a mod pack that has create in it. This is a mod pack that is going to utilize some of create in its progression, which is why I'm changing up the whole progression, moving into, you know, turning andesite age into brass and then into a steel age. Shipping is just not something that's necessary in this, and so it's just going to get taken out. Trains as well, minecart contraptions. Just some of those more game-breaking aspects of create, which just doesn't vibe. It doesn't meld with this is an RPG, you know, with some create elements in it, which is why we're basically cherry-picking the aspects of create that we want to utilize and sort of modifying them for our own needs. But that's the one thing you gotta remember is like something like this, the potato cannon, probably will be in it. It's not in it currently. Jesus, you're fast. Jesus, you're fast. Get back. Back. I'm low on health, too. Bye. You know, looking at the mod list of this mod pack is never going to help someone understand what the mod pack is. It's an RPG that's just using pieces. I mean, we have Creeper Overhaul in here to use 2 of the Creeper's designs. In it. So if you're like, oh, Creeper Overhaul's in here, it's like, it's not really. It's in here, but we're using bits and pieces of it. I gotta show you the villagers when we get down to the overworld. It's crazy. Okay. I'm gonna plant my berry bushes right back here. 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are my berry bushes right there. Do I have my hoe on me anymore? Yes, I do. Oh no, my blueberries. Oh no. And then what I need to do is I need to make my cattail fluff into some twine. And then take my twine, get some sweat ball, and make 2 lead. And so there we go. So now I have a lead. I am about to go on a quest though. For cows. So I can get that leather that I need. But we'll be right back. Oh, also I can go ahead and, well, no, I need to find, we'll also look for some sugar canes. I want to show you how the Atlas system works too. I'm very excited to show you all of this, which we have time. We're only an hour, 19 minutes into this. We're doing fine. I got time to show you things. We're going to get to the overworld. We're going to get to everything. Do you see any sugar cane? The sugar cane's hard to see in this biome, but it does spawn here more frequently. There's alligators down there. Sugarcane is good for paper. I think I'm gonna make another option for paper as well, which will include bark, from cutting things with the knife on a cutting board, cutting the logs off. So I think you'll be able to make pulp, like pulp, and there'll be like a paper thing, because sugarcane's just not going to be abundant enough, I don't think. And I want people to get maps pretty early game. I want people to have that atlas option pretty early on. So I just think it's gonna be too frustrating looking for. I'm already getting frustrated right now looking. Oh my god, more spinel! Thank you so much. I might need to turn down the spawn rates on that, because that's 2 spinel in that short a period of time. Lower spinel in urns. Yeah, that's too much spinel. You should be getting like 1 piece maybe for every like 30 or 40 urns you break. This is why we bug test. This is why we balance. This is why we tweak. I don't see any sugarcane. But I do see cows, which I will go ahead and grab them. I need to find a way to incorporate. I am willing. This is still 1.20. But I am willing to backport wind charges in. Oh no! Oh no! 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 My leather, it fell into the overworld. Oh well, there's many more moo-moos up here. Come here. I'd rather not kill them all. I'd like to keep a breeding pair up here. What is that? 3? Goodness. Okay, there's another. Okay, there's enough cows. I'd like to keep a breeding pair so we can bring them back once we have some wheat. I need 1 more. Okay, so I can kill 1 more. You better drop some leather. I did up the leather drops on. No, I think these ones. I did it on cows. I must have just transferred it over to the flying cows when I realized we weren't gonna have cows in the mod pack. But yeah, so now we can make a saddle. If we get back home. Oh, well, we don't even have to get home. We can just do it right here in the wilderness. Do this, and nope, we can't because I didn't bring my rope. Oh wait, yes we can, because I could just cut. Cut. Chop. Come here. Give me the rope. Give me the rope. Ah! Away! Dastardly demons. That's enough. That's enough. I want that one. I want that moa. Give it to me. Rope. And saddle. Just like so. And if all my calculations are correct, take the reins. Come here. Come here. You're supposed to be fighting these guys. Oh, maybe it's only tamed ones? Yeah, tamed ones will fight them, but not wild ones. Away! Yay, we did it. I have a moa now. And a bunny on my head, which I don't really need anymore, but I'll keep the bunny around. I'm not gonna just abandon the bunny. I worked so hard to get that twine for the bunny. Okay, here's my spawn area. Yep. Okay. Let me get my lead out. Come back. There you go. Hey, you two. Where are you? You're not wandering off. There you go. I probably should do 2 fence posts for him. So I can, No, come back. Come back. You're tricksy, little bastard. Come here. There you go. Okay. And you there. Okay, perfect. So now I got my 2 best friends. You're my best friend, right? You're my best friend. Hold on, I got it. Hold on. You want to see a magic trick? Hold on. Watch my bunny real quick. It's like the guy over there. He's real. They made Minecraft in real life. They made my bunny on the head. Oh, is that right? Is that good? He doesn't really sit well, but I guess that's acceptable. He doesn't want to sit on my head. But there's a bunny. Put it on the shoulder. How's that? Is that good? I can't even see what I look like. Oh yeah, the bunny. Yeah, that's pretty good. Bunny. It's gonna fall every time I turn my head. Okay, bunny sits on the desk. They made the bunny in real life. Not the trains. The trains are just not necessary. Trains are not. The game is, again, it's an RPG. It's a quest. It gets harder. If by the time you get to the final dimension, you have a train and you have a drill that you can just drill through the earth with, it's not a challenge, is it? The only thing, like, you can still drill down if you want to. Like, I'm not getting rid of elevator pulleys and things like that, but there's just no reason to have trains. Like, it's not that kind of mod pack. It's not an industrialize the world mod pack. I might. There is going to be an epilogue after you defeat the final boss. There's going to be a way to bring back life to the overworld. And that will be you'll be able to bone meal things again. You'll be able to animals will start spawning in after you have a lot of grass everywhere. So there's gonna be like a mini game or kind of like a post game thing where it's like more grass you put up, like you get more challenges and like place 700,000 grass blocks. That is the time where I might be like, okay, maybe we unlock the rest of create then, but I'd have to curate it. I'd have to figure out how to make it work within like a progression that matches the rest of the new progression we're doing. Like here, if you're doing create, check this out. Ready? See all the seagrass down here? Boom, boom. Seagrass, right? It's seagrass, right? You can bone meal underwater, you get more seagrass, right? Guess what seagrass becomes? Seagrass, if I can do this right, seagrass turns into dried kelp. It's not going to be dried kelp in the end. It's going to be like, dried whatever. I'm going to call seagrass a specific like freshwater kelp because there are freshwater kelps in the world. But kelp is an extinct plant in Skyrealm. It doesn't exist anymore. So like for conveyor belts, you'll need to get seagrass and stuff like that. So it's easier to get conveyor belts, but at the same time, like there's things that are harder to get. So kind of destroy life after we get back so I can restart the game. Actually, that's part of it. So it is an Ouroboros kind of situation where like you eventually industrialize through create so much you kill the world again, and then monolithic land masses form into the sky, creating the new Skyrealm. Skyrealm 2, Tears of the Kingdom. Also, I just realized I got the tomato shrub. I didn't get the tomato plant. I need the tomatoes from this. Thank you. I'm gonna plant my potatoes. Okay, so now is the time like where we could sit up here and we could build a house up and everything. But what we need to really do is start getting I need a campfire real quick to cook up this beef that I have. I have everything I need. I need spinel. We need a bejeweled plum because we are basically one ingredient away from being able to get back to the overworld, or back to the sky from the overworld. So what we need to do is shove everything into the inventory slot. There you go. And I'm gonna bring some gummies with me in that whatever's left in there. We're gonna hop on our MOA and we should bring some building blocks so we have them. Although I don't really have building blocks, so we might just pick up some building blocks along the way. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and look for spinel, and then we're gonna head to the overworld, and I'm gonna show you all the cool things that are in the overworld. I'm gonna show you how to get back to the overworld. I'm gonna show you how to make the airships and everything, or at least the starter airships, the cheap ones. Because again, not everything's finished. Things just aren't finished yet. So there's things to show off, but there's also, oh wait, I want to, well, I guess we gotta search for it. I did want to make an atlas before I went too far from home, but we can search for some. There's gotta be some, I need to just turn up the spawn rates of sugarcane. It's kind of difficult. I might need to make my own feature for it because it's kind of a limiting feature if you don't have a lot of sand in your world, which the Skyrealms do not have a lot of sand in the world. But is spinel an ore I have to mine because I can't see anything that looks like? Yes, spinel. Well, if you want to watch, follow along visually because we are hunting spinel right now. It is a pink ore that spawns at the bottom of land masses. And I'm looking for it right now. Unless I broke something, spinel should be spawning up here. I might have broken something. Who could say? But you know. Well, if you're on 1.3, I know it works on 1.3 because we did a playthrough of it. We could also enter this cave real quick and see what we can find. There's some tin, so that's fun. Pick up some tin real quick. Ooh. But spinel's pink, so it stands out pretty vibrantly, and we can also probably find it in this cave if we truly did our part. Like I found it in caves. It spawns anywhere in the stone structure. So mining, it's just in the Skyrealm, mining isn't really the game. Searching the exterior of these islands is really the game because mining is just it's just not the best method for finding ores. This is the best method for finding ores. It's just searching the edges. It does, again, it has a tendency to spawn towards the bottom of the islands. Which eventually, so the big thing is people ask questions like that. It's like, where can I find this? Where can I find that? And I don't want to have to answer those questions too often because what I want to do is get a system in with like a journal that you collect pages of throughout your adventure. So you collect like basically like it's like a lore book. You find pieces of the puzzle over time. And so the goal is that the player like finds these pages and they give kind of previous players, not real previous players, but like the idea is that you're coming across dilapidated structures from players. And I have plain lost my base at this point. I am turned around, but you know what? I think I remember kind of where we were. And so you'll come across these things and it'll give you hints on how to engage in some of the stuff. Like, you know, it'll mention like this shiny pink jewel I found. I was mining near the bottom. I reached the bottom of my island. Look, there's some spinel right there. I was mining near the bottom of my island. I found this pink jewel. Like it creates this magic thing. You've never seen anything like it. It's crazy. You know, it's like, ow. Oh, don't push me off, bastard. Oh, don't push me off. So there will be like notes you can find from that hint at things you should do, like hint at the story, hint at gameplay mechanics that might be a little far-fetched. Just make it easy enough for the player to like come to their own inferred decisions. But implementing a system like that is kind of hard in a sandbox. Like we'd have to make it, you know, where you're going to come across the notes commonly enough, but not so commonly. Like we might have to do a weighted system, like depending on how many notes you have and like how many advancements you've unlocked, we might have to make a system where it's like you're more frequently to find notes if you've completed, if you haven't completed this or that by this point, you know. It would have to be a weighted thing like that. Okay, so I got to get down there. Hello. There you go. Bob's your uncle. There you go. I understand, but if it takes too long to find those things, it keeps you away from progressing. That's frustrating. I can understand that. But it's, I mean, I've only been playing for what? I was searching for spinel for like 15 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. I mean, I can understand how some players might find it frustrating, but it's, I mean, how long does it take to look for diamonds? You know, like this is kind of the diamond of the Skyrealm. Diamonds are going to be found later in the game, obviously, but, I mean, that's what I have. That's 7. I had 5, so I need like 1 more piece. So I'm gonna look over here. I'll see if I can find it. I mean, it might need a boost, but if I make it too, the problem is if I make it too common, then it just becomes too easy to get through the progression. So it's about finding that fine line in between, which I feel like I'm close on it, but I might not be. Who could say? Let me land here real quick. If I had my spyglass, I could have made a spyglass and I could see real well. Let's see. Flap, flap. The worst thing is I don't want to run out of flaps and then and then fall into the overworld. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe I'll try this cave out and see what's in here. Might be something pretty good in here. Ooh. Spinel. Where does Spinel at? Are you supposed to go up and down frequently? Is it a rare trip to get new stuff? You're gonna be going up and down pretty frequently, depending on how you play. But you're not gonna be needing Spinel for all that. The idea, again, the idea is that you upgrade to like an airship that eventually you need. I mean, eventually the progression will be written out in such a way that it kind of explains that. But the player can do whatever they want. You can, if you want to keep using your MOA, that's fine. But it's gonna be hard. But some people make elevators. Some people will make what is it called? Oh, it's getting dark. That's gonna bode poorly for us on our expedition. Some people, make elevators. Some people use airships. Some people will set up bases down in the overworld, and there is gonna be a mechanic for setting up a base in the overworld that you can like grow and start farms in. But the idea is that you won't be able to immediately do that. You'll have to work towards getting. There's gonna be this I'll show you the once we get down there. I'll spawn one in. We're working on a conduit that'll basically act like kind of like how an underwater conduit works, where it what's the word? It creates a radius around the player where you can grow crops. Because if you grow crops, eventually we haven't released this feature yet. I have it in the dev build, but there's still some bugs to fine tune. But basically, if you try to grow crops or plant saplings or plant grass or anything, it'll die in the overworld. It'll get eaten. And the point is that you can create a conduit, and within a radius around your base or wherever you want to set it up, you'll be able to grow safely within that radius. So it is possible. Again, the idea is that if you want to do something, you need to unlock it. It's not like there aren't things that are just like, a lot of features are in an RPG style, kind of locked behind needing to upgrade equipment and gather more resources. So let's see. I mean, I would never if I'm taking my first trip down to the overworld, I'm not coming back without iron. I'm not coming back without a lot of iron. Because, I mean, if you go on your trip and you don't come back with enough iron to make like an airship or something, which the progression will help you along with that once I write it, it's going to be very difficult. You're going to have to be looking for Spinel again to go on another MOA quest. But, oh man. It's so dark I can't see in the pockets. Like, I may have overlooked some already. And then there's got to be some in this cavity. This is too much stone for there not to be. It's so dark. Ow. Damn it. Let's see. If you were to take your first trip down to the overworld, you'd probably have no idea what to expect. You're not supposed to, and that's why the progression will tell you. It's like, placing coarse dirt and water will turn it into dry mud, like here, blast furnace, or or here, kilns require low heat fuel. Like, it'll say, like, I'd pick up, like, hint, you should pick up a lot of this. Like, you know, like there will be things if the player doesn't read like the little tiny blurbs that are written out, then they might get a little lost. But then again, you just point and say, why didn't you tell me that? I did. I did tell you that. Like it's not gonna handhold you, but it's also not gonna like leave you out high and dry, you know, in a brand new progression system that you're not familiar with. What is the Spinel, what is it on currently? Let's see. Let's take a look at the distribution of Spinel. I think it's just base. Let's see. Environmental? No, it's caverns and... I'm gonna need to look it up over here. Oh, caverns and chasms. Let's see. Caverns and chasms. Or placed feature. Feature Spinel. Or Spinel. Okay. Caverns and chasms is count rarity 3. I did change the min-max inclusive. No, I didn't. That's correct. Trapezoidal starting at 64 going down, so it is lower half. Maybe I need to bring it up a little bit. Did I change it? I might have modified it. I feel like I modified that. Let's check. Caverns. Looks like I didn't. We could always increase that. That might be a little too low. 64, although 64 is not too low. We're at 43, so like, it's like, it like spawns from like here down. So that's most of the lower island. So that's actually fine. Although the rarity filter might be a bit, I might need to turn it into like 2. Like a rarity filter of 2, or maybe even like 1.5 could work as well. Oh, hold on, I can't see chat. There you go. Let's see. Could bring it up a little bit because it's already such a rare. So the thing about, you have to worry about the configuration of a feature, and you have to worry about the placement of a feature, and the placement of a feature might not need a rarity filter on. I might need to take the rarity filter off because it might already be such an uncommon, like, you know, it might also be not checking for error. It might have an error, like, percentage to fail. So if it's touching air, which I might need to turn off if it's doing that, because it shouldn't care if it's like if it's touching the outside. Let's see. Like right here is like prime Spinel spawning. Hold on. I gotta wait till morning. What time is it in the game? What time is it? Can I see it on the F3 page? Can I? No, maybe not. I don't remember. I don't know if I can. Oh, let me see. It's very hard to see at night. Bone. Oh, it's like midnight. Oh, it's also a new moon. I think that affects the brightness. I have a mod in that affects a little bit of the like the ambient light value of the overworld, or like of the of just, you know, any dimension with sky. And I think on new moons it makes it a little darker because these corners are looking very dim. Let's rest real quick, shall we? Let's take a little load off here. Actually, I don't need to do that. What am I doing? Let's do that. Hey, get out of here. Hey, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, I need wood. Hey, hey, go back. Hey, stop it. Oh, we could also find, we could attempt to find Spinel in there. Oh, oh, they're coming at me from all angles. Oh, he's gonna take care of me. My buddy over there. Is this Spinel? No, that's Amethyst, though. Yeah, Jesus! Okay. Get out of here. I think that was all the urns. That was all the urns. Okay, well, let me just quickly make a crafting table. I need a bed. And night-night. Oh. Ah, good morning. Okay, so now let's go let's go on the hunt again. If I could find my Moa. He's stumbling away. Okay, let's see. Ah, there's some. Perfect. Okay, hey, buddy. Okay, how am I gonna get set up down here? I could set up a. There we go. It's not too shabby. Right there. Not too shabby, not too flabby. Although, ooh, here we go. I had some more blocks on me. Let's do this. Oh, is that the only one? Okay, I might need to turn up the amount per ore as well. It should get at least like 3 or 4. Although 3 wasn't a bad haul from, I don't know, 3. I feel like I should have had, like, I feel like you should be able to find enough in like 2 pockets worth of it for it to go. Which we'll head back home and grab the rest. Oh, and hey, I fixed these. Originally, if you got these, it had a curse on it that would let you take off the helmet. I got rid of that. That was a silly mechanic that I had left in there. It wasn't an accident. It was just an oversight. That is like a thing in supplementaries that I didn't like it. I didn't like the feature. It just didn't. It's like supplementary's cursed item, and I was like, that's silly. Because I was like, first I thought it was a bug, and then I looked into that, and I was like, that's actually a feature. And I just took it out because I didn't like it. Now, once we get back to the home base, we get into the real fun stuff. We get into the, we get to go rock and roll in the overworld. And that's been fun for me. Right now, the mob spawns are a little rough. I want it to be much more variety of types of zombies and types of skeletons and creepers on the surface. But there will be creepers and zombies and skeletons day and night on the surface. Not a lot going on in the overworld, like in terms of variety of like trees and things, because it's all dead. The underworld is going to be full of a lot of really cool, vibrant biomes that I'm working on. I'll get to show you one of those. We have, if we can find it easy enough. There's going to be a lot of variety of like fungal biomes and things like that. There's going to be surface biomes as well. We'll have big funguses spawning on them as well. We should be somewhere over here. I think we are. I think this is our island. Because we were on a plains that led into lava. If we find the lavender field around here, then we should know where we are. I feel like it's right over here. I could turn up my render distance as well so I can see further. Or it might be over here. Although I didn't see any pine where we were parked at. I'm seeing a lot of pine over here. Or was there pine? I don't even remember. I remember the shape of our island. And again, if we found I don't think it's this way. I think it's over here. I think it's... I'm gonna go over here. Check for lavender this way. The lavender biome makes it easy. If you build your base in a lavender field, they're kind of not... They're not rare, but they're the least common of the 5 varieties. So if you live there, and you need to fly away from your base, it does make it at least easy enough to find where you are. Because they're typically small. And that's a pillar that I've made over there. So I know it's in this direction because I remember making that to jump across over there. So it is in this direction. Right? Like that's what I did. I bounced here. I must be right over here. That's me over there. That's my guy. I know this guy over here. He's right here. That's my house right there. I knew where I was. I know exactly where I was. That's not my house. Wait, hold on. No, I still know. No, don't say it ain't so. I know exactly where I was. Right here. This is me. This is me right here. Okay, so now we have our spinel. And we just take a plum. And we make a spinel plum. And we have a spinel plum now. We don't feed it to our Moa yet. We just follow the guide. With a bejeweled plum in your inventory, ride a tamed Moa down to the overworld. And that's our goal. So I'm going to empty out my inventory real quick, except for food. I will bring a lead with me so we can keep our good boy safe. And I'll bring a bed. I shouldn't bring a bed because there's no sense in setting a spawn point down there. Okay, I think we've got enough food. I'll bring some extra just in case, because food is an important thing to bring. And we go. Make sure when you do this, you don't have your totem of unfalling on you anymore. And away we go. All right, so this should work, God willing. Oh, I did it! Yay! Oh, we've made it. We made it to the overworld. What a horrible place. And so then at this point it says thank you for playing chapter 1 of Skyrealm Descent. Chapter 2 is not yet finished, but you can still explore the overworld. Although there are some features that are not present and some features that still need to be removed. Chapter 2 will be released late August 2025, which is true. And so what we have here is we have a bit of variety to choose from. I think I'm gonna go over here though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... If I can find a village, I could show you the cool villages. But finding those is not guaranteed. These are forests, so... It's not exactly... Oh, that's a big ass hole right there, and I want to go in it. So let's go in here. Oh. Oh, big hole. Oh, big scary hole. Oh, hello? What was that noise? I didn't make that noise. I didn't put that noise in. Okay, let's perch up here real quick. Okay, so. Oh, it's skeletons. Uh-oh. Do I see any iron? Not that I can see. I mean, there's no iron. Oh, there's some iron right there. Perfect. Okay. Great. Good stuff. Can you get over there for a second? Thank you. Okay, or there is also an option. Just don't fall down. You're my ride. Okay, so now we have iron. So then theoretically there would be a thing into the next thing that would tell you to upgrade to copper or to iron tools. And we'll grab some of this. Hey, me up here. We'll grab some of this coal to make some torches. Boop, boop. And the idea is that down here you're not going to find any like live wood. You're only going to find decayed wood. And decayed wood can be used not for all the recipes you're used to with wood. There are some limitations to it. It can be used to craft some things. And the gameplay mechanics of it aren't exactly fully fleshed out yet in my mind. I was considering like maybe you make a chest. If you have a decayed chest, it has a chance of breaking on you. You know, like things like actually have a physical chance of like falling apart. Like over time, wooden planks will like deteriorate, kind of like oxidization. And if it gets down to like the, you know, what would be effectively the weathered version of it, you would end up, you know, your plank would turn into, it would just destroy itself. And so there's theories like that. Other things where I'm like, maybe you just can't craft sticks because it's, you know, it makes a flimsy stick and you can't make a pickaxe out of that and stuff like that. Limitations to that degree where you still, and you can't grow anything down here because if you try, like let's say I didn't bring any with me for demonstration purposes, but if I quickly open to land real quick and I say give me sapling, let's give myself like a birch sapling. I'm like, I'm gonna plant a tree, I'm gonna make a farm down here, it's gonna be great, it's my sapling, it's great. And maybe this is gonna work. Maybe I should give myself a couple more. You know, maybe I'll give myself a few to show you, because after a while, after a bit of tick time, it should, in theory, it will turn into a dead sapling. Right now it turns into a dead bush, but eventually it'll turn into a dead sapling. If I don't have the right version of the mod on it. I realized I uninstalled it earlier today so I could push the new update. But there is a new version of it where you can't grow things. That also means I don't think. Yeah, there's no conduit right now. So that's the feature I unfortunately can't show you today. But we'll get that. That'll be out in the next update. Those features, again, we're just working on some bugs with it. I do want to show you the villages though, because I got to show you these villagers. They're so funny. Oh, there's a village over there. So, when you come to a village, they're overhauled. They are made of decayed wood, and they're kind of abandoned. No one lives in them anymore. They're very fun. If I come down here, you know, you got these burnt out torches. If I took flint and steel, I could relight these as well. But these are unlit torches that you can utilize. Like a blaze rod. You can find some good stuff in here. There is reason to explore in here. Like that was an old brewing stand that turned into a. Like the idea is that it, like, you know, it's not a full brewing stand anymore. It's just like the remains of one. And so I like this kind of thing where these holes generate randomly in the roof. That was a fun feature. It's still not done, but it's the kind of proof of concept of an abandoned village. And that like stuff like that. There's still bugs. Like that tree, that's not supposed to be spawning. Like it's not supposed to do that. And like there's not supposed to be moss on the well over there. You know, there's little things like that I still gotta iron out. Me and my little team, we gotta check these things out. But I want to show you guys. I'm gonna jump into creative mode here now that we're kind of done with the base progression. So villagers are gonna not be in the game anymore, but check these guys out. Hang on. This is just a model concept right now, but these are myconids, and they are little guys that are gonna spawn in underground structures that basically replace the villager concept. So the villages up here are abandoned. They no longer have villagers in them, but down below you will find small colonies of myconids, and the myconids they won't all look like this. There will be various different models for them. There will be different types. There will be like night myconids. There will be, bioluminescent myconids. There will be red myconids, brown myconids. There will be blue myconids, green ones. There will be different of all the various mushrooms. Or like, if you look here, like how many shrooms we have, glow shrooms, ink caps, buttons, red shrooms. There will be a variety of them. And they will be your friend. And they can take jobs. And they basically behave exactly like villagers, but they'll have different sound effects and they'll be different models. This is a villager. It's just a model swap right now, but it'll have different sound effects and everything. And they can make baby ones as well. And they'll have different noises. We got. I will probably be providing the sound effects for the myconids. It'll probably be me going like, meep, 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 meep. It'll probably just be me doing that, and maybe a few other people I can get in front of the microphone. But there'll be a variety of them, and you can hang out with them, and they're biome specific. And there's going to be a lot of underground biomes, including which you probably remember this if you tuned in for the early pre-project stream. This is I think what I'm going to do is this is like a lush cave concept replacement, but I think there's going to be different colored like mushrooms. So there'll be purple and blue caves, and then there will be like a white and blue variety, and then there'll be different colors. There will be some caves. Oh, hey, Spinell's down here. It's not supposed to be down here, but it is currently. It's supposed to only be in the Skyrealms. But there's like going to be larger. They're not working properly at the moment. The large mushrooms, they spawn intermittently, but they're supposed to spawn more frequently. There will be caves dedicated to the base mushrooms, like these ones, and these little, like these small capped ones. And there will be a lot of underground variety, and like, in a cave like this, like if you came here and you were like hanging out, you might see what kind of looks like a mine shaft with like these little roads, but it's little pathways that lead between little structures made of mushroom, and the myconids live along them, and they work just like villages do. And you come across them and you can trade with them, and they'll trade you good resources, and they'll trade you maps, and those maps will lead you to the rifts that lead you to the nether, and then in there's progression to be done, and there's a whole second, third, fourth chapter that this whole thing will have, and we're slowly but surely, getting better and better at it. Where's my rift? Where's a rift? I can find a rift. There's a rift. Then you'll find a rift at the bottom of the damn world, and you'll sink into it. Bonk. And you'll be brought into the nether, and it's up there, and you're in the nether now. And check out the new nether. Hold on. This is Jaden's nether mod, nether overhaul mod. And here you are with, I don't know if this will all be in it, but this is how it is right now. Look, it's ectoplasm. Look over there, big skeleton. Bones. What's this guy? Hello. It's shit like this. It's great. And like this is the foundation, similar to how Aether is the foundation of the Skylands, and Minecraft is the foundation of the overworld. This is the foundation for the nether, so we're going to expand upon this, bring it into the story and everything, and we're going to have new features, new structures. I think there's just going to be a complete overhaul of the structures in the nether. It's going to be great. Like this is going to be probably my favorite part to design, because there's really no rules, and this is a cool structure. I'll probably keep something like this, and that's great looking. My God, look at that. Oh, Faye, you missed the Am I late for you? Are late for Stram, just a little bit, but hey, guess what? That's okay. You did miss the Myconids though. The Myconids made their debut today. Hold on. Let's go back through the rift. Up and away. Nope. Well, let's put them in their natural habitat. Let's put them in here real quick. Villager. Yay! Might be low. Their necks don't work right. They're supposed to look up at you, but they don't look up at you right now. They're gonna look up at you. Put them in Discord. Oh hell yeah, they need to be everywhere. These are great. These are made by let me give you their username real quick because I don't want to. God forbid I don't want to dox one of my coworkers. Nunez is or Noon, I think, as they go by, is the artist behind these, and these are like a rough concept of them. Again, they made a bunch of them. Whole situation unfolding there. Gonna be new updated textures with more details and stuff like that. We're gonna make sound effects for them. They're gonna have a low place. They're gonna have little aprons, and some of them are gonna have little spears, and some of them are they're just gonna be great. And then the question becomes, we're gonna save the overworld, but these guys are clearly thriving in this new desolate biome. So like, at what cost do we save the overworld? Maybe if you do win the game, you come back to the Myconid villages, and they're all dead. Or they're all gone because they can't survive without the, with the new, like, it was the lack of competition of the fungal, the no grass means the fungus can spread better and then they can thrive. Maybe that's my point. Maybe that's the thesis statement. It's like, at what cost? Maybe this is Outer Wilds. It's like, just let the old world die, let the new one take its place. Mushroom supremacy? That's valid. I ain't saving shit unless it's the little mushroom people. I don't know. Maybe that's the bit. Who could say? But, I think that's going to be the fun part is the moral conundrum of doing so. But that's where Skyrealm Descent is currently at. Is there anything else I failed to show in its current form that I've been working on? Not really. A lot of the stuff for the Midnight is not... I haven't the void dimension hasn't changed any. We have been working strictly in a linear top-down progression. So like no work has been done on the bottom yet.
Looks like there's only much room for one of us, cowboy.
That's pretty good. I am keeping the tablecloths in, if you're wondering, even though that is related to the shipping mechanic from Create, because I think they look very nice. They're very decorative and very good. We got brewing and chewing in here. That's the fun one. There's gonna be pizzas. You're gonna be able to make kegs. You're gonna be able to make beers and stuff. We've got Farmer's Delight in here. We've got a backpack mod. I don't know if that's gonna be the final backpack mod we use. I just want one backpack item and that's it. And I'm tired of these ones that like add 1,000 things. And even this one adds like large backpacks and extra big backpacks. I just want the small backpack. That's all I want. Just a single small backpack. Hell, I might be interested in making my own where it's an upgrade item. When you find a backpack, it permanently increases your base inventory. It stacks up like 3 more lines of your inventory. So it's like a permanent perk. Just so it's less clunky. But we got immersive. Oh, I haven't shown you the... Yeah, that's what I need to show you is the aircrafts. So let's get back to the surface real quick. So if I show you over here, this looks like a runway. So like the Gyrodyne, like I said, we're going to be remodeling it, probably just retexturing it. So the idea behind it is that this one doesn't take fuel, but your character is supposed to be, I guess they're supposed to be kicking, like pedaling. So your food runs out pretty fast when you use this. So you have to keep feeding yourself food to keep this one going. And like I said, we're going to add sound effects of it like creaking and falling apart, and eventually it'll break. If you wait too long, if you use it for too long, you will just fall out of the sky. But it is a good way to get back to the overworld. But you aim for the cloud line to get back to the overworld, or back to the Skyrealm. Here, well, let's go up, because there is a bug currently with the immersive aircraft, because they're not done. This Should be my theme song. Sometimes instead of spawning in at y, equals 1, it'll spawn us all the way at the top of the world. So we'll see if it does it here. Like, let's see. We're going up. Once we hit past those clouds, it should take us up into... And we're working on a really cool renderer. Oh, it did it. There's the bug. So it does it like randomly. It won't always do it, but we got to work on that. We're working on a renderer for the cloud layer. So it's not the cloud layer you see here. It's going to be a cloud layer that extends far into the distance. And it's going to be this puffy kind of wispy, thick layer of clouds that'll be on there. So it'll actually look really, really cool. But again, just not done. These are the goals. I've seen it half implemented. It's just, it's not fully implemented yet, if that makes sense. Let me show you the other one. So the other airship is this one. This is going to be your base starter airship, other than, like, that's going to be your flimsy airship, the one-use airship. This is going to be your good one. You can combine it with a dye. Like, let's say we wanted to do a nice red airship. We can get a crafting table out and we can combine it with a dye. And you can do multiple dye. You can have, it follows the same thing as like dyeing armor. So like you could have a maroon one. Like if I wanted to combine that with some black dye. So I take that and I take my airship and combine it with some black dye. It will be like a dark maroon. And you can put a banner on it. You can change the flag on the back. You can put upgrades in it. You can put a weapon on it. And this one runs on like coal, or if you put an upgrade engine, you can run it on like water or lava. It'll go faster. So like if I think if let me put a lava engine in here real quick. Let's see if I can. Oops. Oh yeah, I think you can stand on it once it's if it's not stationary. I think you can also stand on the on this one. So let me put an upgrade in it. Show you. So let's do the water engine. Let's just do the lava engine. I don't think I actually even need to have lava in it. It'll go. Yeah, see, we're just moving a little bit faster here because that gave me what, plus 40% engine power. Yeah, so I go a little bit faster now. Oh yeah, now we're cruising. And you guys don't want to see the airship or the warship, right? You don't want to see the warship. There's a bigger one. There's a mildly bigger one, and that has storage capacity in it. So like if you right click it, it's got these 4 storage containers you can put in the side other than its main inventory. And then you've got banner slot, another upgrade slot, no weapon slot on this one. This is like a cargo ship. So the idea behind this one is that it's a little faster, a little bit more powerful, but it's for cargo. This is for combat. Oh, not enough space. My God. I'm so sorry. Oh. Yeah, this one's for combat. Oh, hey, Lunar Ashley, how are you? Wait, it has like helicopter blades, but it can't land safely unpowered. What do you mean? Like, you know, it can. It stalls out, but like, it'll break. Like, it'll physically fall apart. Like, this is not currently a feature with it. But also, if you do hit the ground too hard on this thing, it'll like let's say I had. I mean, I can show you here. Like, let's say I don't have enough power yet. Hold on, don't have enough power. See, because I'm not pushing, I have to push. I have to pedal, and now I'm at minimum speed. But watch my, as I pedal around, watch my food bar. It'll go down. And so right now, all that happens is when your food gets down to 3 meat pops instead of anything else, it'll say not enough food, and your helicopter will just start to fall. You won't be able to kick anymore, and you'll just start to fall out of the sky. But what happens, what I want to happen is, like, after a while, it'll start to take damage. So you see those wrenches there? It'll also start to take damage over time. And if it takes too much damage, like if I crash into this over here, if I go wah, see, it took off a wrench. And if I go, like if I really wah, although I think I'm hitting leave, so it's not actually taking too much off of me. Well, I can't see anything. Have I marooned myself? Might have. Excuse me? There we go. But so as you can see here, I've knocked off some of it. So like you see it's starting to smoke like that. I think hitting Yeah, see, I took like half of mine off there, and now it's starting to fire. I don't know why it's tinted green, and now I'm too hungry to fly, and so I just fall to the ground. But what I want to happen is it just naturally takes damage over time, because this one is supposed to be kind of a beginner emergency vehicle. And if you're ever in the overworld and you don't have a plum to get back, you need to use that. So also, I never showed how the plum worked. Moa. Saddle. Oh, I'm sorry. I need a plum to tame you. Are you good? Okay. So, like, if I feed you a bejeweled plum, it does that. And then I also... Oops, sorry. And then if I go in here, you'll see that the icon at the top, the little leaf icon or the feather icon, has got a 2-minute timer on it. And basically, I can infinitely jump within that 2-minute window. And so this is how you get back to the Skylands from the overworld. You marooned the balloon. I did. And so that's the idea behind it. Oh, and he landed on it. Perfect. But this is probably my favorite. And this will be like the late game airship. And it's not going to be, and the thing is, like, it's not going to be feasible for exploring all the dimensions because, as you can tell, it's a bit big. Now, obviously, you could take it through the, you could build it in the nether, and you could use it to explore the nether, but it's a little big. It's going to be hard to, and you certainly won't be able to explore much. You'll be able to explore some. If you really played your cards right, you could explore some of the void dimension with this, but it's going to be very tricksy to do that. You're not going to be able to go from the overworld or from the sky all the way down into the void with this ship. You're going to have to choose. You might do like, oh, I use my tiny airship to get into the nether, and then from there I get my medium cargo airship to go here, and then once I'm in the nether, I'm in the void, I have my warship going on. There's options. You've got options. I want to be very clear that I give options. Yeah, you can stand on top of this. That's great. And it's bouncy, I think. Or is it not? I thought it was bouncy. Damn, I thought it was bouncy. But either way, is there one more? Oh, the plane. I don't think we're gonna be able to use the plane because it's just it has too many bugs. It controls in a very different way. And it's leading to too many bugs going between dimensions. So I think we're going to opt to not use the plane. All the other airships work fine, but the plane is just, it's too finicky for what we're doing. What happens if I hit it with the... Oh, I do bounce. I do bounce. Well, that's pretty good. You can't complain about that. I'm going to get out of this because it's currently time to go. It's time for end of stream time. But I thank you all for being here tonight and enjoying Skyrealm's Descent. Remember, if you want to play, Skyrealm Descent, check this out. What does it say? What is that? Oh, you can't see it yeah. What does that say right there? Huh? What does it say? Right there. Top of the CurseForge page. Coming soon to Modrinth as well. We're going on Modrinth. Boss said I want it on Modrinth. I said I'm putting it on Modrinth. Why not? So, if you're truly against CurseForge, you can have it. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope you play. I hope you enjoy and keep staying tuned for updates. We're going to do another stream on this once we have some more updates out, and there's probably as we get closer to chapter 2. But I think I want to do some like Peak again. That was a lot of fun. I miss Peak. That's such a fun game. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Remember, the Air Bunny says something. Just says something. Don't remember what the Air Bunny says. Bumney. This is Bumney. Look, he's got a tummy. He's got a tummy on him. What does the Air Bunny say? Air Bunny says everything. Air Bunny says subscribe to HazardousDaniel and play Skyrealm Descent with your friends. It has a server pack. It works. Trust me. We have an internal one that's functioning at work. So, yeah, it works. Play Skyrealm. Click the Bisect hosting link if you want to set up a Bisect server on the page. I don't know. Bunny got a tunny. Bunny got a tunny.
Daniel, you can't fool me. I saw your mouth moving when the bunny was talking.
Oh, nothing gets past you, does it? Not a damn thing gets past you. You're just too smart for me. All right, well, that's all I got for tonight. I gotta go. See y'all next time. Stay happy.